Welcome to Olympian Water Testing, giving you the best in water analysis. Today we're looking at the CDC's website, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and we're talking about how to prevent children's exposure to lead. As we know, children and infants are the most vulnerable when it comes to lead. No amount of lead is safe, and it can still affect adults, but it can affect children more, especially as their body and their minds are still developing. So the harmful effects of childhood lead exposure can be prevented, and the key is to keep children from coming in contact with lead at all. There's no safe amount. And to learn how to do that, we're going to go through this information. The lead in paint, soil, air, or water is invisible to the naked eye. You can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't smell it. The five senses cannot pick it up. And no safe blood level in children has been identified. And there's really no safe for adults either. Exposure to lead can seriously harm a child's health, including damage to the brain and nervous system, so growth and development, learning and behavior problems, hearing and speech problems. There are many ways that parents can reduce children's exposure to lead before they're harmed. Lead hazards in a child's environment should be identified and controlled and moved safely. As we can see, it can cause serious problems like lower IQ, decreased ability to pay attention, underperformance in school, and even up to organ failure and death. So, what are some common ways children come in contact with lead? They may be exposed to lead through paint chips, dust from lead paint in buildings, homes built before 1978, and these paint chips and dust particles may land on windsills, the floor, outdoor soil, toys, trinkets, or their fingers, and young children can be exposed to lead when they put their hands or other objects which may be contaminated with lead dust into their mouths as part of normal development. Also, children can be exposed to lead if they swallow or breathe in chipped pieces of lead paint, dust, and that could be old or worn lead paint peels, cracks, and the dust settles around homes as well. Also, they can happen from paint distributed in homes built before 1978. And they can also get it from soil, breathing in soil contaminated with lead while playing outside. And lead paint and dust are not the only ways it can happen. It can also happen through particularly the water. And that's one way that you can check and make sure that there is no contamination in water. Why? Because water is something we use every day. Drinking water delivered through lead-based pipes, faucets, and plumbing fixtures are another way it can happen. It can also happen through traditional medicines and cosmetics, even consumer products or work from home hobbies. Adults who encounter lead at that can unintentionally expose their family to lead dust. So there's a lot of different ways that lead can present itself. Now, the thing that happens most is we're always using water on a daily basis. We use water for drinking, cleaning, we use water recreationally, and we use water for showering. So while there's a lot of different ways that they can be exposed to lead, through soil, through different ways in older houses, paint chips, the way you can prevent it, and the best way to prevent it, is to get your water periodically tested and analyzed so you know that it's safe to drink, especially in infants if it's used for baby formula or for any other procedure like that. That way you know that they're not going to have any development issues and they're not going to be exposed to lead.